Dallas, acknowledge your brand new, reigning, defending, undisputed NFC North heavyweight champions of the world, the brand new Detroit Lions. So yeah, big game on Saturday night this Saturday. We're heading to Dallas to Jerry World to take on the Cowboys, the most overrated franchise in all of sports. That gets shoved down everyone's fucking throats with a gazillion primetime games. Now, for this game, I believe since this game is on ESPN, I believe this was originally supposed to be a Monday night game. But it's on Saturday night because Monday is the college football playoffs with the Rose Bowl and the Sugar Bowl. The Rose Bowl being between Michigan and Alabama, and the Sugar Bowl being between Washington and Texas. So yeah, and also for Monday, go Blue, beat overrated Bama. But yeah. Detroit and Dallas, week 17. Of course, with Detroit already both teams locked in the playoffs already, and Dallas is eliminated from the 1 seed conversation. Detroit could still get the 1 seed, but Dallas is also fighting to try and clinch the NFC East, as in they're still in that dogfight with Philadelphia for it. So yeah, let's talk about this game and let's see how it fares out. Also, I should mention for this game this game for Dallas is also Jimmy Johnson's Reign of Honor induction. God damn it, not that Jimmy Johnson. Take that photo down, god damn it. Never compare the NASCAR Jimmy Johnson, the GOAT, to that Dallas Cowboys Jimmy Johnson imposter. No, take that damn thing down. Never compare my role model to that imposter. Take it down. Thank you, that's better. Goddamn fucking lazy ass editing crew not giving me any respect. Fuck. God damn it. Okay, now where was I? Oh yeah, we were going to talk about this game. So let's get right into it. So for this game, for the point spread, the current point spread has Dallas favoring in this game by 6 points. Make this make sense to me. How the fuck is Detroit a 6-point underdog when they're fresh off winning the division a week ago, while the Cowboys lost to the Dolphins last week? That shit make no goddamn sense. But hey, Detroit always seems to play better as an underdog anyway. I believe that's the most points Detroit was favored to lose by all year, because Baltimore, they were only favored to lose by 3. And Detroit was also 5.5-point underdogs against Kansas City. So yeah, of course, Dallas, they lead the all-time series over Detroit 18-12. And Dallas has also won the last 5 meetings against Detroit. And also, 4 of those last 5 meetings have taken place at Jerry World, including the playoff game back in 2014. Of course, Detroit has had issues winning in Jerry World. The last time the Lions beat the Cowboys was in 2013, but that was at Ford Field. The last time the Lions beat the Cowboys in Jerry World was all the way back in 2011, and that was the game the Cowboys blew a 27-3 lead to Detroit in. I believe that game Detroit had 2 pick sixes, and then the game-winning touchdown was a throw for Stafford to Megatron in triple or quadruple coverage. It was one of those 2. It was a long-ass time ago. It was one of Calvin Johnson's biggest highlight plays as a Lion against the Cowboys. But yeah, ironically, Detroit and Dallas have a lot in common. Dallas is responsible for Detroit's biggest blowout loss in the Super Bowl era back in '68 when the Cowboys beat the Lions by 46 points. While at the same time, the Lions are also responsible for the biggest choke job, one of the biggest choke job in Cowboys history, points-wise. So yeah, of course, Detroit, they're 6-2 on the road this year. And Dallas is undefeated at home this year at 7-0. Yeah, all of the Cowboys' losses this year have been on the road. Dallas has struggled on the road, but they're fucking beasts at home. Yeah, crazy how that works. Yeah, and also we all remember last year's game against Dallas. Less said about it, the better. So let's take a look at this game and let's see how the Lions fare up against the Cowboys entering this game. So, of course, at quarterback for the Cowboys, you've got Dak Prescott, who's easily one of the most overrated quarterbacks in the league. Always does well against shit teams, but always puts up bad numbers against good teams. And in the running back committee, it's, of course, you got Tony Pollard leading the way. But they got other running backs in there, too, like Malik Davis and Deuce Vaughn. Of course, for the receiving core, in terms of weapons, Dak has to throw to. Of course, the number one weapon you got to take a look at is CeeDee Lamb. That's going to be his go-to guy. You also got other weapons in there, too, like Brandon Cooks. You got Martavis Bryant in his journeyman career. You got Michael Gallup. And in tight end core, they are without Sean Keon, as he's on the IR with an ankle injury. But they also got some other tight ends in there. You got Jake Ferguson. You got Peyton Hendershot. And then you got the rookie, Luke Schoonmaker. And in the defense, well, the defensive line, they're without Jonathan Hankins, as he's questionable for this game with an ankle injury. So we won't know his status till later in the week. But they got other names on that defensive line. You know, you got Dorrance Armstrong. You got DeMarcus Lawrence, Dante Fowler, Sam Williams. You also got the rookie, Mozzie Smith. You got Osa Odigizuma. You also got Neville Gallimore in there, too. The linebacking and pass rushing core is anchored by, of course, Micah Parsons. So, yeah, Micah Parsons is easily one of the best players in the league today. Even though he's a bit of a fucking weirdo, he's still one of the best players in the game today. They are without Leighton Vander Esch and Marcus Overshawn, as Leighton Vander Esch is on the IR with a neck injury, and DeMarcus Overshawn is on the IR with an ACL injury. But they do got Damone Clark in there, too. In terms of the secondary is anchored by Stephon Gilmore, as he's stepping in after Trayvon Diggs went down with an ACL tear during practice and is out for the year. They also got some other names in there like Jordan Lewis. You got Deron Bland, as Deron Bland is leading the league in turnovers this year with a bunch of interceptions. So, yeah, gotta watch out for Deron Bland because he's a fucking ball hawk. You also got Donovan Wilson in there and Jalen Kearse. And I would say they have Malik Hooker, but he's questionable for this game because Malik Hooker still can't stay healthy in this league, as he's questionable with an ankle injury. The head coach of this Cowboy squad, of course, is a coach that a lot of Lions fans know from his days in Green Bay, and that's Mike McCarthy. Offensive coordinator is Brian Schottenheimer, and the defensive coordinator is Dan Quinn. So in terms of the offense and defensive rankings, the Cowboys have the 15th ranked offense in the league. They're 6th in the passing game, and they're 12th in the run game. So they have had some issues running the ball. That seems to be their one kink in the offense. Now the Cowboys defense is going to be a tough defensive unit. They're a top 5 defensive unit, ranked 5th. They're 5th against the pass, but as we saw a couple weeks ago at Buffalo and it balances out. Dallas is one kink in the armor, as Dallas has had issues stopping the run, as the Cowboys, our defense is ranked 19th against the run. So yeah, Cowboys can stop a pass game and get pass rushing, mainly because of Micah Parsons being an absolute fucking monster. But they have issues stopping the run. So I think the keys to win this game, it's very simple. I think the Lions need to do, for the Lions to win, well, Buffalo laid out the blueprint a couple weeks ago to beat the Cowboys. Run the ball. Establish the run game. I think you establish the run game. Feed the ball to Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. Give them both the ball. Maybe Gibbs more because Gibbs is starting to hit his stride this year. And Gibbs has been really electric to watch this year. So I think you got to feed Gibbs and Montgomery the ball. Establish the run game. Control time of possession. The best way to prevent that Cowboys offense from doing any damage is you keep them off the field for as long as humanly possible. And in the passing game, you got to get pressure to Dak Prescott, because Prescott will fold if you get enough pressure to him. Obviously, stop the run game with Tony Pollard. And in terms of the pass game, you got to find a way to double team CeeDee Lamb, take him out of the game, and force Dak Prescott to go elsewhere. Try and go to weapons that he normally doesn't go to, and then find a way to cover that too. And then in terms of the passing game for Goff, gotta give Goff protection, give him all the time to throw, And I think in terms of the passing game, if the Lions want to have a chance to get any big plays off, they got to keep that ball away from Deron Bland's side of the field. I think you got to go to the other side of the field, but it's really hard, though, too, to go from one end of the field to the other. Because on one end, you just go away from Deron Bland, you also got the risk of Stephon Gilmore in there, too. So it's really tough to do. But I think, obviously, they'll establish the run. I think establish the run game. I think establishing the run is going to be one of the big keys that the Lions want to pull off the upset in Dallas. Which, to be honest, Dallas is easily beatable. Like, I think Lions can win this game, and here's why. Lions this year have been 4-0 in primetime games, and this is a primetime game. Detroit's 4-0. Plus, to be honest, I think Dallas is fake in there. I think they're overrated. I think the Cowboys are the most overrated fucking team in the league. Like, if anyone deserves to be called a fraud in this league, 100% it's the Cowboys. Even though Dallas is going to be playing with a lot of emotion this Saturday with the Jimmy Johnson Reign of Honor induction. And plus, there's one more thing I should mention about this. Dallas is 5 games above 500. And if anyone doesn't know, the Lions head coach Dan Campbell is 4-0 against teams at least 5 games above 500 than Campbell's time with Detroit. So Campbell is undefeated against teams 5 games above 500. And this is the first time the Lions have played a team this year at least 5 games above 500. So yeah, Detroit's got to pull this one off. So yeah, I think a lot of numbers favor Detroit. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Detroit in this game. To be honest, I kind of like it, though, being a 6-point underdog, even though it's complete horse shit. Because it always seems like Detroit always plays well as the underdog. Like, everyone has been fucking counting Detroit out. Detroit has pretty much embraced the underdog mentality. Because everyone said Dan Campbell wouldn't last 3 years in this league. They were wrong. They said Detroit would not beat Kansas City week 1. They were wrong. They said Detroit wouldn't win 8 games this year. Wrong again. Everyone has said, and a lot of people have said Detroit would not make the playoffs or win a division this year. Both wrong. And now everyone's saying Detroit won't go one and done in the playoffs. They'll be wrong again. All I say to haters is keep moving the damn goalpost. Because Detroit will keep proving you wrong every time. This ain't the same old Lions. SOL is dead now. It's been dead for a while. And the fact that the Lions have the NFC North Heavyweight title, that's all the proof you need to know now. But yeah, Lions' first game as division after winning the division title. Let's go on the road and let's beat these overrated Cowboys and ruin Jimmy Johnson's Reign of Honor night. Plus, let's be honest, the Cowboys haven't been anything special since Jerry Jones fired Jimmy Johnson in that power trip in the 90s. Because the Cowboys have only made it past the second round once since Jimmy Johnson got fired. After that ego power trip. But yeah, let's go beat these overrated Cowboys. I have Detroit winning this game 26-19. I got Detroit by 7. And this is also Dallas's last home game of the regular season. We don't know if Dallas is going to get a home playoff game or not. Depending on what happens these last 2 weeks, if they can win out or not against Philadelphia. And I know a lot of Eagle fans are going to be rooting for Detroit to win this game because Philadelphia could clinch the NFC East this week if the Eagles beat Arizona and then Dallas loses to Detroit. Don't worry, Philly. We'll try and help you out on this one. I'll help you out, Desert Eagle 90. But yeah. So yeah, Detroit has a chance to prevent Dallas from going undefeated at home this year. And Detroit has the chance to beat a 1-7-1. But yeah, this honestly established the run game. I think if the Lions do what the Buffalo Bills did to them a couple weeks ago, I think Detroit can win this game easily. No doubt. Just got to establish that run game and control time of possession. And then in terms of pass protection, you got to find a way to protect Goff from Micah Parsons. Because Micah Parsons is the one player in that Cowboys defense that can do some real big damage in the pass rush. So yeah, gotta find a way to take Parsons out of the game. Just gotta find a way. If you gotta double team him, so be it. But yeah, let's go get this win, because Detroit still has a chance for that possibly the number 1 seed or possibly getting the 2 seed. I believe Detroit can possibly get the 2 seed if they win out and Philadelphia loses out. I'm not 100% sure how the hell it will work, but yeah, because the tiebreaker situation is kind of complex between Detroit and Philadelphia. I think it comes down to common games. But yeah, hopefully it doesn't end up in a fucking coin toss situation. But yeah, let's go get this win. Let's go beat the Cowboys. And also, in terms of Aaron Rodgers not being happy about the Lions not winning the NFC North, all I say to Aaron Rodgers is, Aaron, please do Detroit and Dallas fans a solid, please. Because I know a lot of Cowboy fans can't stand Aaron Rodgers as well and all hate Aaron Rodgers' ass. So, Aaron Rodgers, do Detroit and Dallas fans a solid and shut up, bitch. We don't give a fuck about opinions from fucking sheep like you. But yeah, let's go get this win. Fuck the Cowboys. Go Lions.